What's up guys, I'm Uriel Soto, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create login and register tabs using Elementor for free. Now this is a form that we're going to be creating here. It goes from login to register, and let me just show you guys how mobile optimized this is. So it's all completely mobile optimized for you guys, and let me go ahead and test this out so you guys can see how this works. So I'm going to add in some login credentials and just click login. And it's going to take me right to my home page because that's where I'm redirecting it to. But you can redirect it to pretty much any page. Now if you guys want to learn how to create that login register tab, go ahead and stick around. So let's begin. Now if you're wondering how I created this blog, I do have a video on this on my channel, so you guys can check that out. Now the first thing that we need to do is go to our dashboard and then go to your plugins. Go ahead and click on add new and then type in Elementor. And then go ahead and install this one right here. It's called Essential Add-ons for Elementor. So from here, we need to go ahead and make our login and register template. So go to your templates, go ahead and click on Add New. And we're going to want to add a section. And we're going to want to name that login. Click Create Template. Now we just need to search for on our elements, go ahead and type in login, and then we want to go ahead and use our login register form. This one right here, it's made by Essential Add-ons, so go ahead and drag and drop it. Now we just need to go ahead and stylize this a bit. Now I am going to go through some of the settings here. So you can either switch this to a login or a registration, one of the two. So you can go ahead and hide this from logged in users, which I kind of highly suggest. And then you have your login general forms. And if you wanted to go ahead and remove our register now, which I'm going to remove because we're going to have tabs. So I'm going to go ahead and remove our register now link. And I'm going to leave everything else. You can go ahead and customize this however you please. So if you did want to not show a log out, you can go ahead and click no, but that's totally up to you. And then these are settings for register, but I'll go over that once we create our registration form. Then we have our form header. Right here, we can go ahead and add our form logo. And you would add that one right here in the form header logo. Now, I'm just going to show you this. I'm not gonna keep it on here, but you are able to add a logo on this. And then you can expand it in your styles. But I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And then we have our login form fields. And we can go ahead and just customize this to custom, and then you can go ahead and just start adjusting your labels. So that's completely entirely up to you. So I'm going to leave that as default. And then you can have a remember me box if that's something that you wanted to have, but you can also remove that. And then you can also have the password visibility icon, which is this one right here. We can remove that if we need to. So I'm going to leave that as is, and then we have our button text here, which is called login. Then we have our login options, which if you want to add a redirect, which I highly recommend you do, because if you don't, it's going to by default take you to the WP admin, which you don't want people going to your WP admin area or your WP admin login area either. So I'm just going to send people right to the home page, but of course you can change this and send them to a specific page. If you're doing a course and you want to send to your course area, we can just have your course area link here. And then here we just have all the validation messages if you wanted to adjust these, And then let's go over the styling, which I feel like is one of the most important parts. Okay. So the first one that I'm mainly going to be focusing on is on this one right here, container box shadow. So this is a shadow that we see here. It looks very clean, it does, but I kind of want to remove it just because it kind of doesn't really go with what we're doing with our tabs. If we weren't using tabs for our form, then we probably wouldn't. So go ahead and click on container box shadow, and then go ahead and click on your color, and then just bring that all the way down until you see that it's transparent. And now we've removed our background shadow. And then well, we have some other options, either just more for padding. We might go over that later on. It is It is a little bit important, especially when you're adjusting the mobile version, and I'll kind of show you the reason why. And then we have our login form header. So if we added a logo, we can adjust our login form logo. We can adjust our header logo on here. You can adjust it on form logo, and we have a bunch of other settings that you may want in case you have like a title for your header or whatnot. And then we have our form fields here. Now we can go ahead and start adjusting our form fields. We can have a placeholder color. We can adjust the background if we needed to. Maybe make it. I know that some people like to do black, and then they like to do white, right, as a text. So that's something that you're able to do as well. It is up to you how you guys want to go ahead and just place that. So let me adjust this placeholder text here. There we go. So it'd be like white or gray here. There we go. Now you can do it that way, however you want to do yours, but I'm gonna leave mine by default. So I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna remove this. So, and I'm gonna remove this one here too. I want it to be white, so I think that's perfect how it is. But you're easily able to adjust this. You can remove the border if you wanted to, just have it at 0 instead. But like I said, I'm just going to leave it all at default. I think it's fine. You can also adjust the text area as well. You can adjust the spacing on this if you wanted to do that. The typography if you wanted to make the text bigger in between. But that is entirely up to you. I'm going to leave it all by default. Just wanted to go over those settings so then you guys can have that knowledge there. And then if you wanted to adjust your form labels, which are just these right here, your username or email or password, you can adjust those as well. You can add spacing to those, which I'm not going to. You can adjust the typography on these. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you guys. So you can adjust all of that on there. It's pretty basic Elementor customization. So, and then you can adjust the color as well if you wanted to change the color of that. Maybe you wanted to change it to red or something. Do that as well. I'm going to leave those as is. Every other setting is fine. And then we have our login button, which is pretty important as well. And we're going to change our login button just to go with our website. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the background type, and I'm going to make that into our color that we've been using all around. So I'm going to choose that there. That's fine. And you can adjust your button. You can adjust the width and all that stuff if you wanted to. Make it full if that's something that you wanted to do. But that's completely up to you. I'm gonna leave it by default. I think that's fine. Okay, so that's pretty much how I would like my login form to look like. So just make sure it looks like this, and then go ahead and click on publish. There we go. Now we just need to create our register form. So go back to your dashboard, and then go to templates. Click on add new, and then go ahead and choose section, and then type in register. This is going to be our register template here. So create template. Now go ahead and just type in login, because remember we're going to be using the essential add-ons extension as well. So go ahead and just drag it, pop it right in. Now we're going to switch this to registration instead. And there we go. Now we can have a registration form. Now we want to leave pretty much all the same settings that we had before with our login form that we created. It's all very similar. I'm not really going to go through all of this again because I feel like you guys have a good understanding. Just the main parts that I want you guys to know is probably our register form fields. So this part's pretty important because usually we want to add more fields for registration. So on here you're able to add more fields on here. You can do website, and you can do username and a bunch of other stuff that you may want. So yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and remove this for now. Now I'm gonna leave it as username, email, and password. And we can also remove the labels if that was something that we wanted to do. Maybe you wanted to make that a lot more clean, but I kind of like it with the labels. I think that's cool. And then we can also show the required mark if that's something that you wanted to do. Username should always be required in my opinion. Or if you want to just remove that, I mean, you can just have email and password if that's how you want people to register. So that is up to you. And then we have our register form options. Now in here, as you can tell, you probably won't find a redirect option on any of these tabs. You actually have to do it through here. So register form options, click on that, and then click on redirect. And make sure that you redirect that to your membership area or your home page or wherever you may need. And then every other settings are pretty similar to the ones that we went through, except for terms and conditions. Now this part, you can add a little terms and conditions. You can do custom, do editor if that's something that you wanted to do. Maybe you want to do a little editor instead, or you can just do custom. And then you can link your privacy policy on here, and just make sure that they have to leave that. But like I said, that is up to you guys if that's something that you guys wanted to have. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And then we have our validation messages here. And you can suggest those accordingly to your website. And then over here on our styles, now it's basically the exact same as the other form. We're going to go through container box, and we're going to go ahead and remove the background shadow to that. Like I did earlier, just click on your color background and then move it all the way down. And then we just want to go ahead and change the color of our button. So go into your login button, or it should be our register button. There we go, register button. There we go. And then background type. Go ahead and just choose your website color. Mine's going to be this one. And then I need to remove this login. I forgot to actually remove that, so I'm going to go back to content. And then I'm going to go to login form general. No, sorry, it should be register form general. And then right here it says show login link. I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Okay. And then from here, I'm going to click publish. Okay. Perfect. Now we have our register template, and we also have our login template. Now the next thing that we need to do is create our login page. So go to your pages,